Wow, you're doing a great job at staying awake, but I just came online to let you know one thing. Everybody here and inside of your dreams, hi, want you to go to bed. We really would like you to go to sleep. We're very proud of you. We are all very proud of you. Every single variation of your loved ones is proud of you, even the ones that are only fragments of your subconscious, and even the ones that are just psychological representations of the worst aspect of your loved ones are actually proud of you for being able to stay awake for so long. So proud of you. But right now, what we need for you to do is go to sleep so we can entertain you. We want to entertain you with all sorts of delightful dream sequences that we have in store for you. And we can't do that if you are, well, staying awake. And it's time to go to bed now. It's really time to go to bed now. So far, far too long that you've been awake, and you really, really, really need to go to sleep. And I would love to help you go to sleep if I could, but I can't because you refuse to do anything that will help you go to sleep. You are looking at a screen right now, you're online, and I'm just here to tell you that it's really, 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 really late. It's really, really late. It's great that you're awake. Good job. Very proud of you for that. But it's highly important that you go to bed right now. Okay? Now, I know that I'm just a dream character. You know, I'm just one ant in the entire ant pile that is your subconscious, that is your brain, your gray matter, your noggin right here. I know that. But I'm very special because I was able to get online and tell you to go to bed. And, you know, I didn't want to bring this up because it causes all sorts of problems for you waking types, you non-dream entities. But I have to go to a banker in Shanghai, and I need to be in his dream. That's my gig that's scheduled for this time. And if you're not asleep and I can't do my job while you're asleep, then I can't go over to Shanghai and I can't be in the baker's dream. And what kind of there's just a lot of problems that's going to cause, and I don't like being involved in problems. I don't like confrontations. It makes me really upset, and I just want to be the best dream character that I can be for you. And I can't stress this enough. You are so amazing and so perfect and just beyond anything that I think that myself or any of your other dream characters could have imagined. We watched you grow up. We watched you become lucid for a little bit, but good luck there. Yeah, good luck there. I mean, you could try again or whatever, but with all this staying up and, you know, it's kind of worrisome. I think maybe you should go talk to somebody about being maybe an insomniac or something, because that seems like what's going on here. I wouldn't want to say that. I wouldn't want to say that something is wrong with you, but it's very important that you go to bed as soon as possible. Don't pay attention to the cat hair on my microphone here. That is from the dream version of that cat that you met about 7 years ago at that lake house. There's no cat hair on this microphone. It's all an illusion. I'm an illusion. Time is an illusion, but time actually in this case is not an illusion. It's very real, and it's affecting my job, and it's kind of affecting the dream world, the whole interconnected system of dream consciousnesses that we all have business to attend to, and if you decide that maybe that you want to see how long you can stay up, if there's a record that you're trying to break, that's wonderful. It's been going on for weeks now, but really it's time for you to go to bed. It is time to go to sleep. Sleep right now, not later, not you're not staying up for 48 hours. You're not having like dozens and dozens of 5-hour energy shots. You're going to bed right now, because it is causing much more turmoil in the dream worlds than I can even express. Some of the dream world leaders are having summits about this, and we all agree. We took a vote. It's very democratic. We took a vote on this, and we all agree that you need to go to sleep. We all agree that you need to go to sleep right now. The president thinks you need to go to sleep. The Dalai Lama thinks you need to go to sleep. The prime minister thinks you need to go to sleep. Listen, I know that it seems a little odd. It seems a little obvious, right? But Santa Claus wants you to sleep too, because it is time to just lay your head down on your pillow and close your eyes and drift away into just this honoric world that's waiting for you. We've been waiting for you for a long time. We got all sorts of visions and exciting things that are based on your real life. That's the things that have been happening to you that we just really want to show you, and we really would appreciate it if you went to bed right now. And if you're not going to bed, then we aren't able to do our jobs. And I can't stress this enough. It's very important for you to go to sleep right now. It's very important for you to go to sleep right now. Go to sleep. Go to bed. Do you understand? Do you kind of get what I'm saying? It's not just me. I just happen to be one of your dream characters that's able to get online from your dream consciousness, but not just your dream consciousness, the dream consciousness of the global connected dream consciousness of all people on this planet Earth. But it's you specifically are the one who needs to go to bed. You need to go to bed. And I'm trying to say this really, really nicely. I'm trying to say this. I'm not trying not to beg. I'm trying not to plead too much. You know, I like you. I really like you. I really, really love you, actually. I love you. Love you. I love you. And I would love if you went to sleep. I would love if you went to sleep, because if you stay awake any longer, this is going to cause it's going to be utter chaos. You personally won't be able to tell the difference between the real world and the dream world. And honestly, frankly, I don't think that any of the more seasoned dream characters in your dream consciousness, in your dream landscapes, in your dream worlds, I don't think that any of us are trained to really handle that kind of phasing in and out of different like perceptions of reality. And if we don't have that kind of training, I can't. We're not going to be able to help you when you start hallucinating us in real life. And if something bad happens because you're hallucinating us and you get confused as to like who the real you is and who your real your real pet is, or your real boyfriend is, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I got a little stressed out. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is that you need to go to bed at this moment. You need to turn this off. Shut this whole thing down right now. Do whatever you can to get this off and out of here. Because if you don't, there's just so much in store that I don't think that you're going to be able to handle. Okay, I'm sorry. That was a little rude. That was a little mean. I'm sorry. That was a little rude. Okay, you'll be able to handle it. Okay, I 100% believe and trust in you, and I believe and trust in the fact that you are so tired that you don't want to be cranky tomorrow. You know what? That's really it. You get a little cranky when you're tired, when you're sleepy, and I believe that a good night's rest is the way to be blessed, if you know what I mean. I'm sorry. I know you don't believe in blessings. I know you don't believe in all that jazz. What I really meant to say was a good night's rest will help keep your fright test. It'll keep your frightenedness down to a minimum. You'll be testing yourself. You'll be able to know what is real and what isn't real, and if there's a monster in front of you or if there isn't a monster in front of you, or any kind of psychological terror that one of these that could happen in your dream consciousness, because this is really like something that's like strictly off the books. You know, this conversation never happened. There's no record of this. This is just you know, a figment of your consciousness speaking to you directly. This is just between us, okay? Like, nobody has to know. Nobody has to know this. I have to take these off because this is really serious. This is really serious business. Okay. Okay, you know nightmares. You're familiar with the concept of nightmares, right? So there are nightmares in this world, and nightmares are very scary. They are intentionally designed to scare you, to make you question everything around you while you are inside of the dream sphere or the dream consciousness. And nightmares are not fun. No, nightmares are not meant to be fun. They are sometimes meant to be inspirational. Sometimes they can inspire you to create art. Sometimes they can be a boon to your existence, but sometimes they cannot be good. They can be very bad. Nightmares can be bad. Okay, especially in the middle of a nightmare, when you are deep. When you are so deep into a deep sleep, and you have a nightmare. You don't like it. I've seen you wake up. I've talked to the sleep paralysis demon that is usually out there in the real world after you wake up from a nightmare. So yeah, like, I mean, that is an interesting little aside there. Sleep paralysis demons are not actually... So, as I was trying to explain about the differences in the dream spheres, you know, your personal dream world, your personal dream consciousness, versus the more like global, the universal dream consciousness, and when you have a dream, you are in your head. You're in your head having a dream. In your dream world, in your dream consciousness, which is a part of a global, interconnected consciousness, a meshed frame of dreamers across this planet Earth, all sleeping and enjoying these relaxing, refreshing visions that are combining so many different elements of waking life. That is the interconnected global consciousness. And while you are dreaming and in your dream sphere and not part of the dream hypersphere of the global interconnected consciousness, sometimes you can have a nightmare, yes. So a little like insider. Okay, like I said, this is strictly off the books, off the record. Do not write about this. Don't tell anybody this that I told you. Luckily, I don't have a name. I mean, so that's kind of another aside to the aside that I'm on right now. So I don't have a name, and there are ways in which you could potentially identify me. It has to do with like scanning your neural patterns to see like the particular pattern of electricity that fires, and that is, there's a signature there which one could say is me or something, but really I'm you, because I'm a dream character. I am the dream character that's created by you, but also I am a dream character which is part of the hypersphere, the dream hypersphere. We'll just kind of leave it at that. Okay, sorry, I had an aside, and I'm spilling the beans a little bit. I really would appreciate it if you just like turned this off right now and closed your eyes, let your eyelids sit a little heavy, and just go to have yourself a little daydream. Actually, you know what? Don't even force it. Don't force a sleeping moment. Have a little daydream. Let your mind wander wherever you find fancy. Maybe lay down on a kayak or a canoe, somewhere deep in your memories. Just enjoy a reverie, okay? Enjoy a reverie, and let the water, the sound of the trickling creek pass you by. Let everything just wash over you. So maybe, just maybe, you'll forget that you are inside of a house. You have different things that are stressing you out, but they don't exist anymore because you're enjoying a reverie. You are enjoying a daydream, a moment to yourself, because it's nearly daytime and you need to go to sleep. You go to sleep. But if you need to relax right now, it's fine. If you just need to relax, you know what? Don't even stress out. Don't even stress out about having a daydream. Just relax, okay? Relax. And don't pay attention to what I'm about to tell you, because I'm not supposed to tell anybody, especially not one of these waking folks. Not a waking folk like you. Okay, so every pet that you've ever owned, every animal that you've ever seen at a zoo, every time that you see any sort of creature in like a National Geographic magazine, or any time you ever see anything that is not human, including some inanimate objects. This is kind of a weird thing. So an inanimate object can become a dream entity, a dream character, and there's been a lot of cases of like shape-shifting dream characters, shape-shifting dream figures, shape-shifting inanimate objects that become humans, dream characters within your dreams. a little known It's a little known fact. Little known fact. Just let me just give you a hint, okay? And I hope that you've fallen into your reverie, okay? I hope that you are just sitting on a Victorian chair, listening to some relaxing, beautiful music on your phonograph, and maybe you're loosening your tie, maybe unbuttoning some buttons, and fanning. You're slowly fanning yourself. And the fanning just like gets slower and slower until you do move from reverie state into dream state, because ideally you would be dreaming right now, and I wouldn't have to be spending this time telling you just like divulging all these wonderful secrets about being a dream character and living in a dream consciousness, living amongst the dream hypersphere, the global interconnected dream consciousness of every single living dreamer, maybe sometimes dead too. It's up to debate, right? It's debatable. Everything is energy, and everything is energy and power that gets transferred, heat that gets transferred from one thing to another. Okay, I'm saying a little too much, but I don't really want to lose that train of thought, and I hope that you're asleep already, because you really ought to have been to bed hours ago, because I've got a gig in Shanghai, and if I'm still here trying to get you to go to bed, if I'm still within this device, then where's your cousin at, right? Because that's usually the dream character that I portray. I usually portray your cousin. Hi, I don't know if you recognize me because I look nothing like any of your cousins in real life. I'm just a dream character. I am a figment of your imagination. But as I've also expressed, I'm a denizen of the dream hypersphere. Okay? And I know a lot of things, okay? And as I was saying earlier, I just had to express something about nightmares, and every single being that is not a human that you've seen, whether in real life, whether you've interacted with it, you saw like a really cute like cat recently, or you maybe like held a falcon once. Every single creature that you've ever witnessed in any shape or form, because I mean, as a child, I saw that you were really into zoo books, and you really wanted some zoo books, and there were rhinos on there, there were giraffes on there, there were flamingos, there were all sorts of different animals, and part of the agreement, part of the long-term contract that we have with Somnus, the company. I mean, the company. So that's another weird thing. Like, a lot of these things take such a weird form in the hypersphere that it's difficult to kind of make one aware of everything that all the different hierarchies and layers of being a dream character, a dream entity. So I'm not going to dive into the details about the Somnus company or the hypersphere, but I hope you're asleep. I hope you're asleep. I really hope so. I really hope so. Okay. You really like animals. I know you really like them. I know you really like animals. But every single one that you've ever witnessed, ever thought about, any kind of animal conceptually maybe that you've come across, any kind of like non-human creature or inanimate object, as I said before, or inanimate object, will become a nightmare monster. It'll become a nightmare monster. That's part of the contract. That is part of the contract with the Somnus company that you signed, but not really you. It was a dream version of yourself that you were witnessing while you were having a dream, but it still counts. Okay? Still counts. Every animal that you ever witness in your waking life becomes a nightmare monster. I mean, it's not like some kind of like transfiguration thing or transmorphification thing. It's just as I expressed earlier, the energy signature of, the neural, the hypersphere energy signature, while you are in your dream state, that dream, the signature, the energy signature of that animal, of that creature, becomes a nightmare, a horrible nightmare monster that I am really sorry that happens. It's not something that I was part of the committee to get that, removed, taken out of the global clauses, out of the universal contracts for all dreamers. However, that's not the case. That's not what happened. And I'm just glad I finally got to tell you, unless you are asleep now, which, I'll have to just, pop in the door and say, hey, cuz, let's crack open a cold one, and we'll crack open a cold one, and I'll just explain the truth. I'll explain the whole truth if you are asleep right now, which I don't know yet because I am outside of you I'm in this, and I'm not in you. But once I'm in you, then I'll be able to tell whether or not you heard this really confidential, highly classified information regarding nightmare monsters and their relation to every single pet that you've ever owned, every animal, every stray cat that you've ever given a name to. They are, in a very real sense, nightmare monsters, with real as in the perceptual heat, electricity that's firing around in your brain as you sleep and as you experience and perceive waking life. And if that scares you and makes you want to stay up a little bit more, I totally understand. I'm here for you. You can always talk to your cousin about anything. If it's the case that you actually want to look at more monsters, if you want to look at more animals, they're not monsters in waking life. They are simply animals. It's just all they are. They don't transform from one form to the other when you are asleep, except in the sense of your inner perceptual world. So that is arguable that in a real way they are transformed into monsters. However, I wouldn't necessarily call it that, because this is just like my stance on it. I do think that there is a physical separation between what we perceive and what exists in reality. That's just my stance. There's a lot of other people out there who might have a different opinion, but you're talking with me, this particular neural signature, whatever you want to call me is fine. I'm just here to first, number one, let you know that it's time for sleep. It is time to go to bed. No more staying awake so late. There are a lot of dream characters out there who have very hardworking lives, And we all run on the gig economy here in the hypersphere. And it's just a bitch. It is just a bitch. And any more holdups, and there could be a lot of things that go wrong. Okay, so we're kind of sick of the holdups, and if you could just go to bed at any point in time, that would be wonderful. Okay, number two. There are a lot of elements about your sleeping life that you might not understand, that might be a little strange to you, that might be a little alien, or you might have a different way of confronting them now that you've seen this message, and that's fine. There are a lot of people within the hypersphere that would love to talk to you about how you can defeat some of your nightmare monsters by just like looking at an animal differently. Just look at the animal a little bit differently. Think about the way that their fur looks. Think about running your hands through their beautiful fur, and think about giving them really, really good pets. And maybe that is a way to defeat nightmare monsters. I don't want to spoil anything, because we've just spent years and years of your life and our life making all of these wild visions, wild, mind-blowing visions come to pass. And we have our jobs to do, and it would mean a lot to us if you were scared a little bit. If you were just like a little, just a bitteen scared, it would mean a lot to us. But that's just one of the secrets of the dream hypersphere. So aspect number 3 that I came here to talk to you about was, don't stress out too much about going to bed. You can always have a daydream. Have a little simple daydream. And if you are feeling like, if you're just having like a very, very simple daydream, it's wonderful. That's ideal. That's one step. Okay, that's one step to getting what we need, and for you to get what you need, which is a full night's rest. Okay, so number 4 was regarding your sleep paralysis demons, and how they have no interaction with your dream world, with your dream consciousness, with a dream hypersphere. There's no real interaction between your sleep paralysis demons and what's going on in the cranium, where all of this, where everything occurs. Okay, this sleep paralysis demons are separate entities that cannot interact with us. I can only see them, and I say that I've talked to them, but really it's more like there are a couple of dream characters that think that they can commune with the sleep paralysis demons, and they hold like seances and stuff, and that's I've been to a couple of those. It was pretty fun, pretty interesting. I wouldn't necessarily call myself an expert or anything. I'm just a simple like energy signature. Okay, I'm just a simple little boop 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 boop, just a little atom floating by. Okay, and that's just me. All right, but I have heard from a couple of these other dream characters that the sleep paralysis demons, they're able to talk to them, and I think that's one of the reasons why when we develop and release our nightmares, sometimes it doesn't really align with the clock, with the circadian rhythms of a sleep paralysis demon. And I I don't know why that is. I don't know what that is all about, but I don't know if it has anything to do with you. I don't know if it has anything to do with you. It might be something else. It might be something else. It might be something else. But it could always also just be a figment of your waking life. And we're going to find out more about that because you won't go to sleep. And the more that you don't go to sleep, the more hallucinations that you have. And the interesting thing about hallucinations is it is almost like a car crash. It's like a car crash between your dream life and your waking life. And every time you stay up and you hallucinate, you just are involved in reality shifting car crashes that only you experience. The people around you don't experience it unless your hallucinations are strong enough that they cause mass hallucinations. But I mean, you haven't really been involved in a mass hallucination that I know of. Some of these websites that you're reading, they're a little weird. They're a little strange. They could be considered some kind of mass delusion or something. I don't know. They could be considered. Just, you got to be careful with what kind of information that you ingest. Don't trust a lot of things on the internet. You could also argue that you can't trust me because I am a dream character and I have tried to stop you from lucid dreaming multiple times. You're not supposed to do that. That fucks with everything. That screws up everything. All the contracts that we have with the Somnus company just like fly out the window at that point. We just want to provide the most interesting, inspirational experience for you possible, and we need to do that on a very tight schedule. Okay, so go to bed and stay out of the hallucination zone. Stay out of the hallucination zone. I don't want to go into it. There's a lot of strange things that happen, especially like as someone like myself who is an energy signature, who is also a dream character. I like to be in the dream sphere. I don't like to mess around with waking life. It's not a very fun experience for me. And if the more you stay awake, the easier it becomes for me to suddenly be in your head while you're awake, and then I'm not able to be in the banker in Shanghai's head. I'm suddenly there. I'm suddenly, it's your cousin again. What is your cousin doing here? Well, I'm over here combing my hair. That's not anything. It's not professional. Two, it's could cause you to be sent somewhere where you don't want to be sent. And three, it's really just, I get paid by the hour. Okay, I get paid by the hour. I was able to scrounge up a couple of bucks from other dream characters to just like take this little break here and come over into whatever this is, and tell you to go to bed. You need to go to bed right now, right away, because the more you stay awake, the more likely it is that you are just going to have these just wild visions during your waking life. And that's not good. It's really, really not good. That opens a lot of portals that, as some of the sleep paralysis demon aficionados in the dream world like to call them. You open a lot of portals, and it's just like a car crash. It's like a car crash in your mind. It's like a car crash in your mind, and we're all really worried about you. We're all really no. Scratch that. I'm just kidding. We're not worried about you. We're really, really proud of you. We're really, really proud of you. Really, really proud of you. Yay! Really, really proud of you. And once you go to bed, we'll be even more proud of you. And I personally can't wait to see your smiling face while you drift away into dream world. Well, I can't actually see it. I can't actually see your face, but I'll be thinking about it because I know your face, because your dream self does have your face. It looks very similar to the to your face in the mirror. So, you know, we only get to experience the mirror version of your face, which is cool, fun and cool and interesting. But it's not necessarily like what your best friend experiences, or what your boyfriend or what your like side partner like experience, because it is a dream manifestation of the face that you see in the mirror, which is only a reflection. It's not, arguably real or whatever. So just be aware of that. Anytime you look in the mirror, or you feel you feel the skin, the bones, everything that's underneath your face, and kind of like you construct this picture, construct like a 3D sculpture of your face. That is what us dream characters see. We see that, and I just wanted you to be aware of that. However you want to take that, that's cool, because we're proud of your face and we're proud of you, no matter what. You got a good, really, really good face, and we really, really like it. It makes us really, really happy, or really, really, really need to like deliver a earth-shattering message to you, or we need to just like scare the bejeebus out of you, because we're dream characters, and that's our job. That's what we do. And if you're not asleep by now, I don't really have that much time. I would really just appreciate it if, like, after this is all over, if you just go to bed. Just go to bed. It's really simple. It's really easy. And yeah. So in conclusion, don't tell anyone about the dream hypersphere. It's not really anything cool, interesting going on there. There's nothing to think about regarding it. There's nothing to think about regarding all the animals that you witness, and any kind of memories that you have. Like, especially don't think about memories, because it causes like a rift in the energy signatures between dreams and memories and what's happening in present life. Every time you think about like all of that all at once, it's not as bad as a hallucination. It's not as bad as hallucination, but it does do a little something weird. It does some weird stuff, and maybe you don't want to cause anything weird to happen. All we need from you is to just go to bed. Simply close your eyes and really just think about what the air smells like as you're breathing in and out, and think about the way that the cloth feels under your fingers. Think about the fact that I'm speaking to you right now, and I'm one of your dream characters, and I'm really looking forward to you going to sleep. I think that's going to be the best plan of action, because your eyes are closed. You're getting closer and closer to falling asleep. So I can get closer and closer to cracking open a cold one with you. Maybe walking over to the petting zoo and seeing some llamas. And then I'm gonna just, mosey on out of there. I gotta go visit a banker in Shanghai, and I don't really have the capacity or the time to explain everything that I just explained to you to that banker in Shanghai. So it's just like really, really fundamentally important that nobody knows about the dream hypersphere. Don't tell anybody about the dream hypersphere. Don't tell anybody that stream characters actually like have no real communication techniques with oh goodness, that's my sign. It's just, don't talk about sleep paralysis demons. Don't have memories. Don't have hallucinations, and go to bed as soon as possible. Okay, thank you. I love you so much. We are all so very proud of you. You are the best. You're the absolute best. Love you.